Hi, I'm Madison Curzon, and my changing of behavior was to increase my sleep. What I learned about my health behavior and the challenges that it might face, um, when trying to change the behavior was definitely a big part of it was lifestyle and right now specifically I'm in college. It definitely plays a big role in factors of when you go to sleep and when you wake up. Some days you have your part-time job like myself, and you have to work till 11 o'clock, and then the next morning you have to be up at probably 8 o'clock sometimes, because kind of depends. So a big part of that is lifestyle was definitely a big part. This kind of played into sleep schedule for me specifically. I said, I would work till about 10ish, sometimes 10:30 to 11. Then I'd have to wake up at a decent time. So kind of in the beginning, it was a little harder for me to kind of plan this out. And life's not gonna change or stop just because you're trying to change one little thing about it. Some things just get in the way. Sometimes you have another assignment that comes in, you have to schedule different meetings with professors. Sometimes work calls you in a couple hours ahead. Um, Sometimes you need to just do a little bit more studying before you can get things done for the day. Some things I learned about myself is that I'm not really specifically routine like a lot of other individuals are. This can be kind of hard as excuse me, as a college kid. I think it's very important to try and get everything done within a specific time of when you need to. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. And as I've said in the past slide, I really don't have a set sleep schedule. This was kind of hard for me. Just more on a level of I don't go to bed specifically 9 o'clock. Most nights I can be out later working or just having to get a project done or turn something in kind of at a later time. And this also just doesn't this affects the way that schedule my routine. I really worked hard on creating kind of a self-care kind of aspect to my changing of behavior, and it really helps me in the long run. Something that I learned that was very important in my process of changing my health behavior on an individual level is trying to set more a schedule routine. I would take a lot excuse me, I would take a little bit of time in the morning, just kind of figure out what I need to do over the course of the day. I would figure out when I need to wake up, if I had to shower, how much time it would take me to get ready, to do different assignments. And then most importantly, with this, how much time I personally needed. Sometimes I needed a little bit more amount of time to get ready at night. Sometimes a little bit less. Kind of just depended on different amounts of reading that I was doing and other aspects of if I was tired or not. I'm not one person to fall asleep very easily. This really was very apparent. With as I got into this routine and this more of a self-care of having my chamomile tea and putting a sleep spray sometimes on my pillow, and different aspects of I was taking my melatonin. It definitely over the course made it more helpful that I was doing these things and that I was sleeping better overall. The effects I don't think it was the first couple days, but I definitely was sleeping way better and having more beneficial sleep as the week went on. It was definitely helpful and knowing that this was a set thing for me, and excuse me, the self-care was helping as I was going and having better rates of sleep. It definitely surprised me in the very beginning that I wasn't getting that much sleep. I knew I wasn't sleeping as well, but also the change of how I felt in that first week of recognizing how I was doing. I felt so terrible almost every day, when I was waking up, because I was going on my phone, I was doing all the things that you're not supposed to when you're going to sleep. I was not taking that time just to like settle down and like make sure that my body like knew that I was about to go to bed. And I did feel very much so better after like waking up these past couple of weeks. And I think that this like overall like having this set routine really became a good part of like my self-care and like making sure that I was like taking care of myself. It was definitely nice and relaxing every night to like have a glass of tea, like to make sure that I was getting my reading done for the next couple of days for other classes and like just like zoning out and like having some me time. It was very nice and very refreshing. My experience is probably a little different to other people because they had like a set like bed like sleep time which like affects like your circadian rhythm. Um, Mine always wasn't the same, just based on like certain days I worked a little later, certain days I like got to sleep in a little bit more. Um, like I said, like circadian rhythm is very important, and like I learned a little bit more about that in this class, and I've learned a lot about it in my biological psychology class over this semester. Some of like the crazy like facts that I found. One that like always stuck with me during this like course was that 70 million American adults sleep less than 7 hours a night, which really just like sticks out that like not the only one. Like life really is like affects other people. And a big like kicker in all of this was that reduced sleep leads to many different health issues. This was kind of like very clear as like I wasn't feeling the best after waking up, and like I would like get super tired during the day and not be able to function as well. There's other like different factors that like I know I'm forgetting, but there's a lot of things that like sleep benefits and like helps us just overall to do better. Do I think that I'm going to continue this behavior? Yes, I really enjoyed this past couple of weeks, like having that like self-care element and just like maintaining something that's very good and like beneficial for my body. I don't think that all the time like I treat my body the best, and like our bodies like do a lot of like good work for us, and I think that like they need to be respected and like taken care of and just treated like queens and kings. And yeah, that was my self-care of increasing my sleep and overall just like changing like, oops, I did not mean to press that. Overall just like doing better on this changing of behavior. Really like this project, and it was nice to like get to like see a change that was happening in myself instead of like other individuals. And it was nice to like see that it was very beneficial.